Hello everyone, I'm Surabhi. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is about the curriculum for my 6-year-old. So we do homeschool my both the kids 7 and 6-year old. Uh, but my 6-year-old is very reluctant reader, not at all interested in anything which is has to be sit down work because she's a kinesthetic kind of learner. So yeah, so her work is similar to my 7-year-old but in a very simplified way, so very short duration work. And but still we are focusing on maths, science and English as usual. She doesn't read yet, so we are still working on those skills. So let's start from the beginning, what all we do with my 6-year-old. Again, there are five things you can see: one, two, three, four, five. We do one thing on one day of a week. We have 5 days week, so one thing on Monday, then Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday. That's it is. So again, starting from the beginning, first thing is a copy work. So copy work is again not printable something. I write what I want to say, what I want to talk to them, and then they have to copy it. But she can't read yet, and when I write, it is a message, so all the words are not at her capacity to read. So I read to her, and some words I ask her to read, just a little bit of reading wherever I can, put it in a curriculum, because she doesn't read herself and she's not comfortable or interested, you can say, whatever. So this is what she that's a copy work. So I'll every one day of a week I'll write a message to her here, and then she will copy it here. Sometimes it's hard for her to interpret because I have a habit of writing in cursive, but yeah, we are reaching it there. She still like to write in print. And so that's it. So this is a copy work which we do on Monday. Then we have spellings as my elder one. So the front page of the diary was for my elder one. She does more complicated spellings, but my younger one does very simple spellings like shell, sheep, muffin, ant, lamp. So most of these words are phonics. So not that she knows all of them, but yeah, I help her spell them out, just getting a habit of spelling. Again, some words she is very comfortable spelling, and some words she takes time. So like in this one, no, she could not spell, so I've removed the sticker, and then I will be adding it in further these ones, like that. But like this week she did, and she did almost all of them correct. So this is how she does 8 to 10 to 12 words uh, per week for spelling, and this gives me an idea like how much, and gives a confidence how much she can read, and gives me idea how much she can read. So this is our spelling work. Then comes to our maths. So again, we don't do any worksheets. It will overwhelm her. So we do like busy books only. So this maths means it is numbers, size, length, whatever maths, not like plus minus only. They will cover different topics. Sometimes logical games, sometimes spatial recognition. I mean, she's still not very comfortable with spatial stuff, so we are still practicing them. And then this, she can't read, so I try to keep it more of visual questions only, and again I have to sit with her and explain her because she's still learning. And then again, make the number like simple busy books. So here is basically we are covering math, so that is a third day of the week. Then we do English. Again, she is a reluctant reader. The books, any simple book, even overwhelm her. She can't read. She's just not a habit of. So what I have done is that I have a list of Dolch sight words. You get it internet, and I know some words she can read, some words she can't. So still, I have made a list of like this, like group of 10 to 12 words, which I go through with her to read, and this gives me idea what words she can't read and what she can. And then on the Dolch sight list I tick off that okay, these words she knows by heart, and then slowly and slowly we'll go over. So only one page of no, just words, and then rest are very simple activities, some little bit maths and very simple activities, because my focus here is on English. And after, so some have only words, and in some I have written some simple sentences, like 2 or 3 sentences per busy book, so that she books overwhelm her. That is my problem. So that's why I have customized this way of learning English for her, where we're working on sight words, we're working on sentences, but all in a very small scale, just to keep her mind at peace, so that she can focus that okay, I have to read only 13 words, okay, I'm done. And rest, anyway, she knows it's easy, she is okay with maths. So that is what we do. So this is one way of English. And otherwise, I have downloaded the printables from the measuredmom.com. This is a very simple these kind of one sentence reading book. So this also goes well with her, because when there's more than one sentence in a page, she just loses it. She is not comfortable. So that's it, we read one or two books per week. So either this or both of them, depending on her mood. So this is what we did for. And then last one is a science. Again, she doesn't read, so she doesn't pick up any science book or anything. Whatever I can do, read aloud. And usually when we are doing read aloud, we are more biased towards storybooks or something like that. So again, my lab book is only the intention of introducing science, and a time when I read the science books to her, exclusively science books to her. So this we made. Again, this lab book took 2 months for us, because science doesn't come so naturally to her. So, and the focus is to remember things. Okay, here so we did animal lab book. It's a basic classification for vertebrates. So all this amphibians, birds, fish, mammals. So she can't read, so I you'll read aloud to her. I'll explain to her, how do you differentiate between a mammal or a reptile. And then these this lab book is very very basic. They only talk about what they have, what they breathe, like with lungs or gills, where do they live, and give an example and draw it. That's all is a basic. So we usually did one per week, where first I read the topic to her. I have science books, so I read one or two pages of reptiles, talked about it, discuss what examples have you seen it, how. And then she has to write only this page. So this is what. So reptiles we did, birds, so you can see that one. And then sometimes she's a good mood, she'll draw them with the glitter pens and everything. But both more of a discussion about science. And this one. And once she was done with it, then we did these kind of topics where I asked her to write 3 to 4 things about birds. And then she wrote by her mind that okay, birds lay eggs, birds have bodies that covered with feathers. So I helped in spelling and everything. But yes, so that's why this lab book will take me 2 full months, 8 days, working days to do it. And in the end, we classified the animals on the basis of nutrition. Again, these were the I had the printables I gave to her and asked her to stick according to, I mean, is it a carnivore or is it omnivore, is it a herbivore, and then discuss what do they eat and everything. And here we classified the animals using reproduction as a base. They are oviparous or viviparous. Not I expect her to remember 100%, but yes, 40 to 50% should get in her mind about science things. So just an introduction to do science with her. So that's all as a curriculum for my 6-year-old, and hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.